Hello everyone. Today I'm talking to Garavin Daniel from American Family Insurance, and we are going to talk about what homeowners or insurance is in general, and we will go through step by step why it's important to have insurance and what happens if you don't. So I'm going to let Garavin introduce himself and we will go from there.
Okay. Bear with me as I'm not used to this, but my name is Garavin Daniel with American Family Insurance, and what I do is provide homeowners insurance for clients, auto, business, health, and life insurance, but what we're talking today is primarily about homeowners insurance and the benefits of having it. I don't know, where we want to start from, just talk about the general ideas?
Can you just give us a basic idea of what most homeowners insurance policies cover?
Mm-hmm, absolutely. There's several parts to the policy. The first and foremost being when you purchase a home, you get insurance to have coverage on the building itself that you're purchasing. You want to, you're purchasing a home, you have a vested interest in that, as well as a mortgage company if you have a loan on the house. And what we do is try to provide protection in the event of a loss. If there's, the biggest thing in Kansas is hailstorms or tornadoes. If you have a loss, then what we do, based on your premium and the value of the home, is we provide coverage to fix your home if there's damage to it, up to the limit of the replacement cost of the home. So if your home costs $170,000 to rebuild, and that's what we have coverage on your home for, then and it's lost completely, we'll provide up to that $170,000 and possibly a little more to rebuild your home back to the way it was before, but new.
I just purchased my own home today actually, and I've had renter's insurance in the past. Can you explain, because there's a lot of people that rent their own places right now that we know.
Absolutely.
Can you explain what renter's insurance is also?
Sure. The kind of falls in line with the homeowner's insurance. The second part of the homeowner's insurance is personal property. You have that as part of a home insurance, but on renter's insurance, that's what you're primarily covering. Your personal belongings, things when you move into a new place that you would have brought with you to that new home that you're renting. We don't cover the building itself because you don't own that building, but
you just mostly cover personal possessions.
Personal possessions, the things you own, anything from your socks up to, your kitchenware and your television and furniture, anything you might own that you brought in. That's what we're covering on renter's insurance. So obviously, renter's insurance has less of an expense for somebody than homeowners does, because we're not covering that building, like I said. But you have your personal belongings we cover, and then the other parts on renter's insurance and homeowner's insurance are your liability insurance, which comes as part of that, where if somebody comes into your place and falls down and gets hurt, and they hold you what they call liable, at fault for their medical, you have coverage for that as well. And then you have something they call loss of use. If you're out of your home or your apartment because of damage to that, given its water damage or the hail, the tornado comes through and blows everything away, American Family or insurance companies will put you into a new place and cover your additional expense you would have while they're getting your original place fixed again.
So it sounds like insurance covers a full gamut of just about everything that you could think of that might happen.
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, there's a, with any insurance, there's a few exclusions they have, which is, mold damage, or somebody causes damage to their home themselves on purpose.
Yeah.
May not cover that, but pretty much it's pretty much all inclusive. to those limits of the policy, of course.
You mentioned that the policies are based on the value of the home or whatever. Can you give us a basic general range of what most policies, the payments might be per month?
Yeah, there's obviously a wide range depending on, we look at how much would it cost to rebuild your home. It may not be the same amount you bought the home for.
Yeah.
Because if you get a great deal on a home, it may cost you less for that home when you purchase it than what it costs to rebuild it. What we do is we have a computer system that we put the information on your house itself into that, and it comes up with a calculation that says, okay, if your home costs $100,000 to replace based on what you have. And as far as premium goes, it varies. Obviously the less you have covered, typically the less it's going to cost.
Well, I noticed that when I called the other day to change my insurance over, and when you've been working with the same person for a long time, and it runs in a family, it was pretty easy because all I had to do was give them my location of where I was moving to. I'm actually got a condo insurance, and it must have only taken him maybe 10 minutes to plug in some numbers and give me a new rate. So
yeah,
it's all pretty easy sometimes if you just have everything lined up the way that it needs to be.
Yeah, if you're an existing insured or an existing client, the process is usually pretty easy because, you give your insurance agent your new address, tell them what you're buying. You have the condo insurance, which, it has some different aspects to it than a homeowner's home insurance, because you only cover a portion of that building, where the condo association covers other parts of it.
The other parts, most of them, I'm responsible. Well, not most of them, all of them. Yeah, take that back. I'm responsible for the inside contents and what happens there, and then the condo association is responsible for the outside, except for maybe I've got a little bit of I've got some liability for the outside if something happens. So
yeah, and that's how it typically works. Standard is the condo association covers, like you said, the outside of the building for the most part, and you're responsible for what they usually call either studs in or drywall in.
Yeah, studs in and
So studs in, you replace the drywall and the flooring and everything inside, where the outside of the building's covered by the association. Yeah. But that's why you pay a condo association dues too.
So, but that's just one of the things about home ownership is just making sure that you have all your paperwork and your insurance lined up, and I'm learning that myself as I go through the process. And let me tell you, being a first-time home buyer, and people have said it before, it's pretty stressful, but in the long run, it's worth it. And
absolutely.